sure in this age, this digital age of instant communication and collection of data, I'll tell you one thing. I don't really have respect for hackers and stalkers. I feel like they're no different than a terrorist. They're in people's lives that don't want them there, and they're infringing on their private, they're censoring their privacy. And so I don't have any respect for hackers, stalkers. I know they exist. I know they're everywhere, and I know they're probably on my computer. And you know, I feel like I know. I'm pretty aware of that. So the thing is, they're not really alive because they can't be real in the world. They have no control because they can't control themselves. Because one thing you can do is control somebody's soul. You kill somebody, you still can't control their soul, their biorhythm in the universe. You know? Death isn't even the end, so it's just a doorway. And if this was ancient Egyptian times, we'd just call it westing. Westing, you know? There's a little boy, a white boy. I don't know, he lives in Iowa or something, maybe you read the article. And he's, you know, been incessantly talking to his mom about, you know, who he was, and it's like, my name, and he knew his name, Rhonda Pearson, and from Chicago, and, you know what I mean, and never been there. When he died in a fire, and then he hung out with God, and then he came back as their son. And Rhonda is a black woman. He's a little white boy now. So the soul migrates. And also remember this, people. A lot of people like to say they believe in God. We're living in times where religion is extremism. Either religion is extremist, yes? Okay. Let me just finish this thought right here. Either religion is extremist or it's just a front, because a lot of people, they go to church every Sunday, they do the, you know, and then they, you know, the minute their grace is challenged, they lose it. They, you know, they go aggro, and they do things that are probably closer to their character than when they're not doing that. Because if at the first, you know, sign of stress, you know, the first sign of chink in your chain, you just go aggro on anything and everyone. Here's the thing, that's your nature. Your nature is weak. You're broken. And then if you think there is no God, and if you think there is no coincidence, or there's no consequence for actions, either today, tomorrow, or 5 years, 2 years from now, you gotta be kidding me, man. That's the only thing I can guarantee you is karma. Is the only thing that is guaranteed is your actions will always manifest, always, in this material world. What you do will always, when you do good, it's going to come back to you. You do not so good, it's going to come back to you. You know, you call out things and a lie on someone, man, they're going to send those darts right back to you. They're just going to hit you. And when you call out lies on people and do things, listen, those arrows and those darts you throw out at people, when they hit, if they're not true about that person, what happens is those arrows and those darts, they reverse course and they go right back to the sender, just like a boomerang. So just remember, whatever you put out there is always going to come back to you. Best to put out the good, and best to be, and it's always best to be patient when you're dealing with humanity and human nature. Always best to be patient. Always best to give important decisions at least 72 hours before even thinking about reacting or giving an answer to a serious life-changing event. And anyway, that was my seriousness for the day. Okay? So you marinate on that. We'll be back together in a few minutes. Together, we'll be together.